Now we are back today with a good one, and I gotta say, I made some iffy plays in this, but overall, I'm good with how things went down. And for those of you new here, I always say I've been playing this game for a couple decades. I approach playing without using one type of strategy like GTO or ABC or whatever, and I just focus on two things really. Those things are making decisions and using strategies against my opponents who are using GTO or ABC or whatever. And, I throw in those bluffs and I make plays. I don't always get it right, but if I'm confident I get somebody off of a hand, of course, I'm going to go for it. Also, wanted to say if you guys are looking to step things up or maybe stuck, we have an awesome community where you can talk with me one on one as well as some other high level members. And I'm confident we can get you playing better in no time. That's going to be in the pinned comment. Also, if you could tap the like and let's get right into this. Also, possibly grab a bottle of water, some Gatorade, or some coffee and sit back, enjoy yourself. And like I said, let's just dig into some of these different situations. I also have a bit of a cold if my voice sounds a little bit different. Really nothing I could do about it, but I still wanted to kind of like break this one down for you guys because it was a good one. All right, anyways, Queen 10 here. I'm just going to be, doing a standard continuation. Really nothing to say right there. We took that one down. Also, if you have any comments, things like that, you could always message me as well. It's totally fine. Are we at a 2-3 suited? Probably like one of my favorite hands of this because it was just a little, it was something. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. It was something. Don't want to give anything away here. Now, 2-3 suited, a lot of the time I actually just muck this. Mainly because it's 2-3 suited. Like I'll play 3-4 suited 4-5. Like I've got no problem with that. But 2-3, it's 2-3. But player one re-raised here. I thought about this for a sec. I mean, we just kind of got into this. Do I want to get out of line here? I did. So I am gonna make a call. Obviously, playing cautiously. Now, when player one does this, we can put him on a couple overcards, like ace king, ace queen. Player five called, which was interesting. He could all player one could also be repping some over pairs are possible as well. Not exactly the flop we wanted to see, but at the same time, should I really have been here with the 2-3 suited? I don't know. Now we do have some runner possibilities, which would be, in my opinion, me running pretty thin. I called this. Check this out. So I don't know. I guess I just wasn't exactly a believer with player one, even though he went pretty hefty. Turn card was a queen. Doesn't do anything for us, and we're kind of sitting here with absolutely nothing. Now, if player one goes again here, obviously we just gotta let this go, and of course we made a bad decision playing this. Eight on the river, does it change anything? And am I surprised he checked? Kind of. I think if he had it, he would have gone for some value and not done that, personally. So look at the play I made right here. We just shoved. We shoved with the 2-3 suited. We got nothing here. You're probably looking at this like, is this dude out of his mind? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I'm onto something here. I don't know. But like I said, man, if I feel like somebody is weak, then yeah, I've got no problem, making a play like that. And we took it down. So, you could hate me for it. You could call me a fish or whatever you want. But, at the end of the day, we took it down with a 2-3 suited massive bluff right there. I mean, come on, man. Come on now. I mean, you got to tap that like for that, man. You got to. You don't see those 2-3 shoves like that on a missed board like that, man. Come on. Come on. All right, next one we had a 9-8 off here. We are in the big blind, so I'm just going to do a standard raise here. If this guy wants to call, that's totally fine. He is going to call. And the flop, actually not too terrible. There's an ace out there. I'm going to actually just be repping that I have an ace at this point. We've also got some straight draws with the 6. We got a couple, overs excluding the ace here. The problem is I'd prefer this guy just to fold right here. We're also blocking spades. We have a 9 of spades, so him being on a spade draw is less likely. He called. The call actually felt a little bit weak, and that turn card actually gave us more incentive to do this because look at this. We've got now we've got an up and down straight draw, 6 and a jack. So I was thinking this would get the job done. I thought it would personally, but he is going to make the call. So now we really need to get there on the river, which we didn't. And here's the thing, guys. I just raised the white flag. Sometimes, to me right here, do I want to continue bluffing? I really had to think about it, and you know, I raised the white flag. I wasn't gonna go for it, and I think he probably would have called us with that ace right there too. So I think I made the right decision. It was just unfortunate that he did pair the ace, and then of course like they had to give us that card on the turn, which gave me more incentive to kind of continue barreling. And of course, we barreled, but it did not work. So and that's the thing too. Like if you're in a spot where you know you're not you're not sure, like you're leaning towards more I shouldn't bluff, then yeah, I think it's good to kind of save it, and you know it's whatever, you know what I'm saying. So anyways, all right, next one, 2-5, folding the 2-5. We ain't playing no 2-5 unless it's suited. I'll play the 2-5 suited, but I'm gonna play this 2-5. Now, we actually would have hit a boat with the 2-5. I mean, come on, that's something right there. Jacks took it down. Not like I was ever playing that though, so it is what it is. 5-10 suited, another easy fold for us. I hope you guys are still with me though, because we do have a situation coming up with well, we got a couple situations, right? But there's a pocket kings versus pocket eights spot coming up in a little while here. But we got to kind of make our way to it, okay? We got to make our way. But that 2-3 suited, man. How about it? You don't see that happen all the time. All right, back over to, yeah, I feel like player one's probably going to take this down. Let's see. Oh, no, split pot. Okay, whatever. I think next hand, we got those aces, man. Early position. We're just going to hope somebody's got something. Let's see what happens here. Now, obviously, we're hoping to get re-raised. We still got a lot of people to act after us, so it would be nice. Player 5 folded. Also, let's take a look at the table. I didn't really do that. It looks like player 5's doing pretty good. And you got player 1 who's doing okay, and everybody else is kind of just like chopping around, which is fine. Not a bad flop for aces. I mean, player 2 doesn't have a whole lot left. I'm going to go a little bit small in the continuation here. I kind of just want to drag this guy along. Now he's going to call. Turn card didn't really change anything for us. Not a whole lot to worry about here. So I'm going to continue, hoping this guy's got a piece of it and we can kind of keep milking him to the river. Kind of hoping he's got a hand like queen jack or something like that. Like just a queen that he can't get away from. Would be a good spot for us. I mean, there's also a flush out there. We don't have any hearts, so I mean, I guess that's possible, but yeah, he folded it. So he didn't have enough to continue. I kept it small because, like I said, I kind of just wanted to milk him along there, but, we couldn't do it, so whatever. 10 on the river wasn't the greatest card either, so pocket fives. Gonna open here with the 5-5. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do, fellas. See if we can get a set. But I guess nobody wanted to come along here, so there we go. Just a fold around. All right, 7-10 off. Yeah, 7-10 suited. It's like one of my favorite hands. I think I've mentioned it, but 7-10 off. We're mucking it. We ain't gonna get involved here. All right, yeah, player one's gonna re-raise this. Easy fold for us. Nothing to really think about here. We're just letting it go. Not sure what's going on with player three here. Fold. Okay, and yeah, we're getting kind of closer to the meat of this 7-6 off. Now, this was a play I made. I would not recommend doing unless you're like really confident. I don't usually play these kind of hands. I was in the big blind though. I normally would just fold this, but I do mix things up. Player three is going to re-raise this. 7-6 off is an extremely weak hand to continue with here. But I will say this, if I feel like somebody's doing this with, you got to be thinking about what the other guy's got. Ace king, ace queen, ace jack suited, those type of hands. And I will, you know, I will try to make a play. And this was a flop that kind of, I mean, okay, check this out. This flop was interesting. That's all I can say. Player two is going to get out the way here. Now, player three could have an overpair. Sure, he could have ace king, like I said, something like that. But this flop was actually pretty good for a 7-6 off. We're not blocking hearts. I'm expecting player three to continue anyways. Like, I would. If I had ace king or something here, of course I'm going to continue here. Look at this flop. I'll probably go pretty large to get. I would probably go pretty large to get the other guy off the hand, honestly. So, I mean, that's what we got to be asking ourselves. Does this guy have an overpair or does he have, whatever? And he checked it, which was super weak to me. I was like, dude, you're checking this? I just point blank just did that. I mean, you're not gonna check this flop if you've got an overpair. So that's kind of why I did this. He folded it, and actually, I know that play was a little out there, but the turn card would have been an ace. So maybe that was the only way to take that one down, because if I went pretty large there, I think that player three is probably gonna call with a couple overcards. I mean, why would you fold? So maybe that was the only way I was taking that one down, and whatever, it worked anyways. It is what it is. Anyways, ace king. Next up here, of course, we're going to be re-raising this offsuit. Player two's been playing pretty snug. I would kind of just like to, get a jam from him here. Maybe just isolate with player two would be fine. Yeah, I'm definitely putting in the bluffs, and so far, so good. So far, so good with the bluffs. All right, so we got nothing there. It's all good, though. It's all good. Okay, so I think I was talking about this a little bit earlier, the 10-7. Okay, like I said, the 10-7 suited, it's one of my favorite hands. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it always works out for me. And here we are with the 10-7 suited. So we're going to open raise here from early position. Not exactly ideal to do. Okay, and then player five's going to re-raise. I'm not going anywhere. 2-7, 10-7 suited, man. This is a monster. I am not going anywhere. Of course I'm going to continue here. And here we go. Okay, flop. I mean, we need runner cards, but to be fair, we could get them. We either need some eights, some jacks, possibly like diamonds of those combinations on the turn. I am going to continue here. I'm not just going to fold this. I mean, the reason I'm not going to fold it is because we still have options. Okay, turn card was a diamond. Okay, that helps, but it wasn't the one we were looking for. I think an eight or a jack of diamonds would have been the ideal spot here. Didn't work out that way, but it's all good. And here we go to the river, which actually got there. Okay, talk about a crazy turn of events, right? So I am going to go for it here. I went pretty large. Now the reason I went pretty large was I wanted to make it look like a bluff. Okay, so if this guy's got like, I mean, we want him to have a nine, but if he's got a queen here, then I think he's probably calling this. Okay, unfortunately he didn't, but we still took it down. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, so kind of at the point here where we're getting close to how things turned out. And I hope you guys are enjoying some of what you're seeing so far here, honestly. Like I'm always playing. Like I said, I don't always get this stuff right. But I make plays, man. I mix things up, and you kind of got to as you like move up. You're gonna be playing against better opponents, and you gotta make different. You gotta bluff. I mean, you gotta make decisions, right? And I do apologize. I know my voice sounds a little bit different. Like I said, just kind of a little bit sick, but still putting out the effort here. All right, so here we go, guys. Pocket eights. This is this was the moment. All right. So I'm gonna open raise. You know, first to act here. We're gonna get re-raised, but we got pocket eights, so like I'm not going anywhere. We're sticking around here. Plus, we're pretty deep in this where things can happen. You know what I'm saying? We've got those pocket eights, you know? All right, so player six is going to re-raise. It's going to come back over to, I think, player three here. In pocket eights, it's like right in between of a hand that do you want to like call a big raise with, or it's not okay. Pocket eights isn't like pocket twos, threes, fours, or fives, or even sixes. It's like right in between, you know. So when player six makes this raise, I'm sorry, player three, I am going to continue. I'm hoping player six folds. I'm hoping player six. I keep saying player six. Player three folds. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Player six folds after player three. I'm like confusing myself, guys. I do apologize. But anyways, he's gonna take a little bit of time here. He could be doing this with over pairs. Obviously, we could kings, aces, or ace king. Those are really like the culprits here. But I got to continue. Got to call with eights here, man. I just couldn't give it up. Couldn't give it up. So I don't think I thought about it too long. Like I said, I'm just hoping player six gets out the way, or if he or just calls. Either one. I just don't want to see a re-raise, you know. And he didn't. Flop. Not what we wanted to see exactly. I mean, we're behind here to a lot of over pairs, which he could have, and that it's either ace king or an over pair. So it's a 50-50 spot. You never really know. You can't see the other players, so you kind of just have to make a decision in the moment. And this is the one I went for. Tell you guys what. And I don't even regret it, you know. It's just, these are just some of the situations, man. And, so far throughout this entire one, you've seen me make some good ones, and it's been mainly good ones. Now we're here. I make this play. Player three is going to let the clock run down on this. And the longer he let the clock run down, the more I was thinking to myself, like, maybe we're good here. But here we are. In the moment. And he is going to make the call on us. And, as we kind of get to the end of this one, I do hope you guys still enjoyed this. Check out the pinned comment. I'm always playing. I've been doing this for a long time. I could definitely give you some insight on just a lot of things, man. And if you're struggling out there, I can also help you out. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next.